In this video today, we're going to teach you how to do a proper hand washing. As we know, hand washing is the first and foremost way that we can help stop spread infection. So here we go. We always want to use a barrier in between our hand and the faucet handle. This sink has one handle. Some have two, a hot and a cold. If that's the case, you just take your paper and you tear it in half, and you can use each half for a respective faucet handle. I only need one. I'm going to turn the water on. I don't want it going so fast that it's going to splatter. I want to make sure that it's going at a good pace, but not too fast. And then I want to test it, make sure it's not too hot, not too cold. Now we begin. I'm going to flare our fingers, keeping our fingers in the sink, and I'm going to start at the wrist and wet my hands, turning my hand to wet all surfaces, and then I just let them drip. I'm going to grab soap, about 3 squirts in each hand. Open my hand, grabbing my wrist with friction, about 3 turns, making sure I get all surfaces of my wrist. Then I do the other side. The whole time I'm keeping my body away from the sink. I'm going to flare my fingers, and with my opposite hand, I'm going to go in between the webbing of my fingers on the top and also get the top of the other hand. Then I'm going to do the palm side, again, interlacing my fingers, making sure that I'm getting in that webbing and getting the palm, friction and soap. After this, I'm going to do each individual finger, grabbing them with all of the fingers of my opposite hand. 1 swipe around is sufficient. After I've done all 10 fingers, I'm going to work on my cuticles. With the thumb of my opposite, I'm going to rub it around to get my entire cuticle. It's amazing how much bacteria and viruses can stay in those small little areas. But we know those are elements that we can never see with our eye. We need a microscope. After I've done that, I'm going to take and I'm going to scratch my nails, making sure I get my thumbnail in there too, because this pushes the soap under the nail, which helps loosen any debris that could be harbored there. After I've scratched the palm of my hands, I'm going to clean my nails. I'm going to stop for a moment. I've done all surfaces, wrists, tops of the hands, palm side, each individual finger, each individual cuticle, each individual nail. And then I'm going to rinse, starting at my wrist and turning my hand to get all the soap off, flaring my fingers so the water runs in between. Let them drip for a moment. And then we're going to use lots of towels. We start at the tips, go to the wrist, tip to wrist, and open your hand. Give yourself a good surface area. From here, I'm going to do in between each individual finger. Try as best you can to hit each individual finger in between with a different part of the towel. And I do the other hand. Tip to wrist. Tip to wrist. In between each finger. All surfaces of my hands and my wrists are dry, and I'm ready to turn my water off. And at this point, I'm done.